Hey guys, welcome back to the Lucy White podcast. I am Lucy Sims. Today's Friday, September 6th, 7:41 p.m. and I just tried to look at the last podcast I posted to try to remember what I talked about last time, and oh my gosh, I talked about my ex again. I was literally clicking random dots and then something about me being the last to block him. Like, how does that come up so often? I don't even know. I was looking down a lot too, and I don't know. I can't. That's just funny. But yeah, I just got to the lake. I am here. I was just about to set up outside, and then raindrops were falling down, and then they were crashing down. That could be a song lyric or poetry or something. It's kind of beautiful. I love rain, so I was thinking I could leave the door open and I just listen to it, but then I'm letting all the air conditioning out. But life is short. I should just do what I want to do. But this is also not my house, and that's where awareness sets in and priorities. But okay, so I have had my first week of school at a new school. And since I've started a podcast, I have not gone to school since I have started one. So let's talk about it. I don't feel like it's too much information to say where I go. I've already mentioned it though, but Transylvania University. And I really like it. It's got this haunted type of vibe. If you know anything, if you Google it, a bunch of articles will probably say haunted. So that's interesting. That's got some haunted lore into it. Halloween's coming up. I think they like Halloween there. Maybe more so than other schools. I think they do this. I think I may have mentioned it. They do a raffle thing where you get to spend the night with Rathskeller. That's his name. They have his tomb here. They had it and then they got rid of it, and then they bought it back or something because bad things kept happening every year. Stuff was burning down, buildings were. I really don't know that much about it. But that's interesting. So I don't know if it's, I think it is partially me, and I feel like I've brought this up before. Every time I feel like I've talked about something, I just get this feeling. I'm I feel like this isn't the first time I'm saying this, but so I think it is partially me, my vibes being changed, but in me being more comfortable being myself. School is easier, life is just easier because I'm more comfortable being myself. Now the rain's coming down. That could be a cool background of a song. But yeah, nothing's really sticks out to me. If I had to pick a low or something, I really can't think of one. And that's good, I guess. No, it is good. If you watch, I just uploaded a outfit of the days video of my first week, and it's I just literally press play on the camera right before I leave, and it's just funny because I was running late nearly every day, and that's why I'm still getting used to what time to leave the house. I started really realizing on the third day that the Main Street is having a ton of traffic, so avoid Main Street. Did that on the last day, but then you go on North Broadway, and then everyone's crossing the street at the same time, so I need to avoid that way too. So I think I'm literally going to be driving the same way I drove to my high school, Sayre, if you didn't know or couldn't figure that out. It's literally down the street. The college I'm going to is down the street from where I graduated high school. And it's sweet being late because my dad took me to school like my whole life, and I was like, I always got close with the check-in people at the front desk of schools because I was always late. With him, I was like, maybe sometimes I was minutes late, but sometimes I was like very late, like 15:30, and it's like, I might as well like skip this class. But then it's always the same class I'm like getting late at. But you can watch that if you want to. I get lots of compliments on my camo boxers. They're my favorite shorts or boxers. I noticed girls, they've called them shorts, so it's just funny. My mom she was like, oh, because I said boxers. She's like, oh, you call them boxers? I'm like, who cares? I don't think I said that, but really. Not thematics. Syntactics. I don't know. Those were really off of words that I was trying to say. But besides that might have been the low. That's what, like, when I'm like, I was trying not to stress about it because it's like, I'm going to get there when I get there. Like, just trying to figure out the best way, like, okay, I'm going to take a roundabout route. I'm like, okay, this is probably the worst it's going to be today. Because I usually have, like, one thing where it's, like, hard or I get hurt. I hit myself on a table, stab my toe, and I'm like, oh, okay, this is going to be the worst it's going to be today. I think that's a good mindset to have. First class was ceramics. I'm excited. Maybe I'll show you all everything I made in ceramics class. Those could be new segments of the pod. I should have quite a few things done soon. Well, I really don't know how long it takes to dry, but I made a bunch of stuff already. And I've had class twice. So that's why I also made something that I'm really excited to see the first thing I made, which was like 2 weeks ago when it was the week before school started. I made something there with like hearts and like lightning bolts, and I feel like that's kind of my thing because I started doing that on other stuff too, like hearts and lightning bolts. I've always liked doing that, but I think I get to paint it and haven't done that yet. So yeah, we could have ceramics corner. Maybe we could do a giveaway. Who wants something I pinch potted? Yay. So that was fun. And that's like a couple hours, that class is. It's like a couple hours and then it's like an hour break in between. That's what I was thinking like the first time. I'm like, maybe I'll go back home, and then I realized, nah, like I'm gonna finish doing what I need to do for homework so I don't have to come back later. So I did that, and then like I'm there by myself, and I went to my car to like munch on something real quick to like fuel up and get like alone time before I go to my second class, which is Ordinary Americans. It's the teacher's first time teaching there, and this class is new. But basically learning about Americans like from the bottom up instead of the top down. Like the rich people, we're learning about like people from the bottom up. What I just said, which is interesting. It actually is. One thing I'm not gonna do is just like think too much about cute guys. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not even gonna give it attention, because if you know me, if you have listened to this podcast, you know that I can get obsessed with people. I feel like that's kind of been a thing my whole life. And I just need to focus on me and do me, okay? So, moving on, I just went home and I feel like I was just tired. Like, every day I've been like, exhausted, kind of, when I get home. Second day, that's when I have Chinese at 12:30, and then health and wellness after. That's like my Monday, Wednesday, Friday, which is nice. I get to sleep in. I'm excited about that. I'm excited for Chinese. Maybe we can have Chinese corner too. We got Cece's corner. I can help. I can introduce new words or characters or both. If you don't know what hello means, ni hao. Ni hao is hello. Also, if you see something like written in like American words, like American letters, not even American, English letters of like a Chinese name, like my teacher's name it's spelled like Qian, but that's pronounced Tien. Thought that was interesting. I didn't really know that. Gao is Gao. That's interesting. Learned something new today. Also, in ceramics, don't spray. Like, we keep it in this like black tray thing, like the stuff where you're working on, in a plastic bag, like on a plastic plate called a bat. You keep it in there and like whatever, you like spray water in it to keep it wet. The whole thing is supposed to keep it wet. It's like a thing with shelves and you close it. If start a podcast and then realize like you forget stuff, okay? If you already have one, maybe you relate. But yeah, is it just a cabinet? I think it's just a cabinet, but it's like meant to keep stuff wet too. So interesting. But I just sprayed it too much and my stuff like cracked. Well, it was wet, so it was like easily moldable, but it just like kind of opened. So word to the wise, don't get it too wet. Did I use that phrase right? Word to the wise? Okay. I think it's kind of funny when I get negative comments or like hate comments. Someone like said on one of my videos the other day of just annoying. I just said LOL. I thought it was kind of funny. And new things to mention, because I felt like I wasn't like worried about it, but I also didn't want to like keep it a secret, and I feel proud of myself for like telling people that I started a podcast. The girls in my ceramics class, I told them, and yeah, I'm glad I did. Like it feels nice to just be yourself, express yourself, and like not hold back. You know, when you go around and like say like some fun thing about you, I've like said I like painting like a few times, but I wish I was thinking about this like an hour ago. Like I said, like I like making videos or something. I wish I said that. Next time I do that, I will. Whether that be next semester or at some point. Because not that like painting is my job, but I kind of feel that way. Even though I love it, but it's kind of like, it does feel like a job to me. Didn't know how I could say that sentence differently. I expressed myself pretty clearly there. Yeah. So, yeah, I told people about it. I feel good about that. If you're listening to this, hi. I just kind of ramble. This is therapy for me. Peace and love. Peace and love. I am a private person. See, I'm not sure what that means. I think sometimes people think I am a private person, and it's like, what does that mean? I'm a very open book. Like, if you ask me anything, I'll tell you. This is the part of the podcast where I kind of like, like my mind just, I'm more rested now, and I'm like, what do I say? And then we see what happens, okay? Okay. If you're riding with me, you ride with me. So that was nice. And then I talked to someone who has a really cool name during that break between ceramics and history. And that was really nice. I got to know her a lot more, and I love listening to people. I really do. I've always been kind of, my last name kind of means to listen or listener. So that's interesting. One who hears. I feel like there's several things. Son of Simon. But it does say listener. And I've always been more of a listener than a talker, like my whole life, so it's kind of a thing. I don't know. But I mean, like, I do want to help people. I think no matter what I'm doing in every capacity, I feel like that's kind of like our reason to be here, is to like serve our community in some way. Of course, take care of yourself first, but then serve the community. When I see other people like not taking care of themselves, it does hurt my heart. But then I need to try to like, look at myself and take care of myself first, but then look at them and be like, what can I do? But also like mind my own business in a good way. Yeah. So, yeah, and then I went to history, and when you like, I don't know, you just have the same place you sat at first, and then you come back and it's like, everything's different. I just sat on a different way, on a different side, which was nice. I had my hair down, which like, my hair's like not where I would love it to be. I would love it to be longer, and like, since it's short, it kind of goes out like that berries and cream guy from Starburst. It looks like that. Lord Farquaad-ish, the longer version. But then I get home and I got tired, and this past week I've kind of been going like a little bit of New Girl. Still haven't finished that. I love it. I'm probably gonna watch it after this. And Wizards of Waverly Place. Like, I just love a good kid show. Tween, teen, whatever you want to call it. That's what my mom like walking in. She's like, "Are you a child?" There's something. The sunset's beautiful. There's something about being able to just enjoy a kid show. I love it. And just like the nostalgia of it. Me and my mom watch Parenthood when she's here, when we're together at night, which I like that show. Very interesting. Oh, sorry. I've kind of taken a break from Kevin Can F Himself, but I feel like I have 4 episodes left in that. I'll watch eventually, maybe. Don't hold me to it. Does she end up killing him? I'm curious. The dad, he's kind of fun. Kevin's hilarious, to be honest. But, they probably shouldn't have gotten married. I keep hearing, like, who you marry is, like, one of the most important decisions of your life. And I'm like, yeah, that makes totally sense. Like, that kind of, like, it's just a huge deal. It could affect your life for the rest of it. So it is important. That's what, if someone is kind of, just comes to me, like, I just feel like everyone deserves whoever they want. I'm like, obviously look at yourself and, like, recognize who you are, but I feel like we deserve people that appreciate us and respect us. I mean, think about whatever you want, and I feel like you can get it. Like, not too superficial. I don't know. I just want to tell every girl, like, they're queens and deserve someone to almost worship the ground you walk on, or just, like, appreciate you so much. Like, I just hate to see you, like, worry too much about other guys, and, like, if they're not giving you enough attention or not what you want, like, you don't have to settle for that. You don't. And that's another lesson for today. Today was good. The last day. Got home. Driving my mom's car because I got car problems galore. Like, my car and then the extra car I've been taking until my car gets fixed. They both have problems. So what do you do then? I don't know. You just gotta do with it. And that very much brings me here. I'm at the lake. I'm excited to, just relax and, like, come into one. It's starting to rain again. I'm probably gonna go out and, like, lay down in the rain. That sounds nice. I'm excited to just dive into the water tomorrow and just wash everything away, and maybe I can finish Breaking Dawn, the book. The book is so good. If I can recommend book recommendations, read it. A lot of people say the movies are comedy, and I need to watch them again. It's been a while, but yes, they are comedy, and they're good too. Just, even if you just want to watch Robert Pattinson, it's good for that reason. But the book is so well written. Stephenie Meyer's, like, I guess she's Mormon, and I don't know if I'm not sure if she said it or someone else. I feel like she said it, like, Bella kind of becoming, like, a vampire. I don't think that's a spoiler, but maybe. The Twilight's been out forever, okay? I hope you can't hear the chairs squeaking so much, but something about her becoming a vampire is like someone becoming Mormon. I really don't know anything about that. I was like, I kind of skimmed it, and I'm like, yeah, I don't just really want this information in my head, or don't really need it. I've been very much like that the past year or two. I used to, like, have to read everything from top to bottom, and I'm glad I'm not like that. I feel like that was part of my, like, an OCD type thing, and that's not, I don't relate to that at this moment, for the most part. But yeah, I love you all, and I hope this new season of life is where you want to be, or helping you figure out where you want to be, because that's important. To just have goals and to do them. This life is short, and we never know when we're going to die, and just live life, man. Peace and love. I love you all. And I'm glad I get to talk to you all the time. And I just love you so much. All love, all. Bye. See you next week.